Today is July 19th, and we're here at the Mason City IFF home. My name is Brenann Hamilton, and I'm here with the UNI Museum, and today I'll be interviewing Geraldine Washburn. Thank you so much for interviewing with us today. So please state your name, the school that you went to, and then what years you attended that school.
Geraldine Washburn, and I went to Fertile Consolidated School, and I went all my years, all 12.
So describe your childhood.
I lived on a farm, and it was happy. We had no problems.
What was your family like? Did you have any siblings, like brothers, sisters?
Yeah, I had 2 sisters and 2 brothers.
How far away did you live from your school?
About 5 miles.
What role did school play in your upbringing?
A lot.
Was it seen as an option or requirement in your family?
Well, my dad was for school, and we just knew we had to go to school. Never thought anything else about it.
Did you ever move schools during your academic career?
No.
What is your earliest memory of Consolidated School?
Happy? It was good.
So what did a typical morning before school look like?
We had to get up and get dressed and eat breakfast. If you ate breakfast, I didn't eat breakfast very much. Then the bus would come, a school bus. Not a school bus like today, just a regular car.
What did you normally wear to school?
A skirt and blouse.
Was it a mandatory uniform or just...
No, just whatever you had and wanted.
And so you mentioned driving on the bus. Was there a lot of kids with you in the bus, or was it...
Not very many. Maybe 10, maybe not.
Can you describe the interior and exterior of the school?
The school was made of brick, and it was nice, kept up. They had a man that run it, during the day. He kept everything up.
So did your school ever have a basement or gym, cafeteria, outhouse, window?
We had a gym built after I started school.
Did you have mandatory PE classes or physical education?
We just had classes, I guess.
What were some of your favorite classes?
I don't know.
Did you have any least favorite classes?
When I went to high school, algebra.
So when you arrived at school, how did the school day typically begin?
Well, when school started at 9 o'clock, we sang the America, and then we started our classes.
So were there any school activities at all, like either extracurricular or just within the school day, like at recess or anything?
Nothing.
Did your school ever offer breakfast or lunch? Or did
Not when I went.
So how many students were in your graduating class?
15.
So how do you remember your classmates?
Decent and friendly.
How would your classmates remember you?
That's hard telling. I imagine the same.
When you were in school, did you have any exams or writing assignments?
Mm-mm.
What sort of school supplies did you use?
Whatever they ordered from the...
Did you ever have to buy them, or did your parents?
No, we never bought them.
Did you ever have like a music education or choir in your school? Did your school ever offer foreign language classes?
No, not when I went.
Did your school ever offer anything driver's ed or...
Not when I went.
So did you take driver's ed?
Nope.
When you look back at your school experience, what were your teachers like?
Good. You respected them.
What did your teachers typically wear as professionals?
A skirt and a blouse.
Were your teachers typically women, or did you have a mix?
No, I had some men.
As a student, what was expected of you in the classroom?
Behave. Respect the teachers. And everybody did.
Did your teacher have any disciplinary techniques or anything to ensure that the rules are being followed?
I don't know.
Do you remember any of the rules of the classroom at all? Or?
Only to be quiet.
So you mentioned that you always brought your own lunch to school. Did your school have a cafeteria, or did you eat in the classroom?
In the classroom.
During that time, were you able to sit with your friends, or did you have to sit in a seating chart?
No, you could sit with your friends.
What did you typically bring to lunch?
A sandwich and an apple and some cookies or a piece of cake.
Was there a popular food item when you were a kid?
I don't think so.
What was recess like when you were a kid? Did you ever recess?
Oh, yeah. We just went out and played.
Were there any games that you specifically remember?
Mm-mm.
Did your school ever have an indoor recess, or was it always outside?
Well, unless the weather was bad, we had indoor.
Did school ever get canceled because of rain or weather?
Winter, it did.
Did your school have a school nurse?
No.
Did your school ever make you take like eye exams, hearing tests, inoculations? Okay. How did the day end?
When school was out, the bus came, we got on the bus and went home.
So what happened when you got home?
Nothing special.
Did you ever have any chores or homework that you had?
Oh, yeah. When I got older, we had chores. Chicken chores and things like that. We had to feed them corn, and sometimes we had to fill their feeders with mash.
So did you ever have to take an exam? Okay. Did you ever have to take standardized tests like Iowa Test of Basic Skills or Iowa Assessment?
No.
Any of like ACT, SAT sort of things? Did your school have any specific drills, fire drills, tornado drills?
We had fire drills.
Fire drills, okay. So what were those like?
Well, they sprung them on you when you didn't know it. That's about all.
Did your school ever have any incidents regarding safety? Okay, yeah. And so you mentioned that you went to Fertile Consolidated. What was it like to consolidate schools?
I didn't think anything of it because it's the only one I'd ever had.
So you always went there. So for the kids who consolidated into your school, what was that like?
Well, they were just different. I mean, you know, strange and that. But when along till you got well acquainted.
Do you have any particular memories from that experience? No? Did you have a parent on the school board?
My dad was.
Oh, okay. What was that like? Did you ever hear him talk about this?
I never even thought of it. And my dad wouldn't either.
How much did the school or class structure change when they added more kids with the consolidation?
Nothing.
So you said that at first sometimes when the rural kids came in, it was sort of weird. How did that interaction change over time?
Nothing.
When the school year was done, what did you typically do during the summer break?
Nothing. Just stay home and
Would you say that was pretty typical for other kids in your school and in your area?
same.
Did you have any other breaks during the school year besides the summer break?
But Christmas, and then I think, you know, I don't know what, but we had a few days off towards spring.
What did you typically do during those breaks?
Well, if my mother went someplace, we went to town too.
So was town infertile or
Yeah, and Clear Lake.
did your school ever offer any like class parties or dances?
We never had dances.
So did your school ever have any special events that involved like the larger community or anything like that?
I don't think so.
Did your school ever take part in any community service events or any other like public events?
Not when I was there.
Do you remember any major local, national, or world events that took place when you were at school?
World War II broke out.
How did that impact your life?
Well, that was kind of rough. Because a neighbor boy got killed, and that, was hard.
How old were you when that happened?
I suppose I was going on 18.
Did you have to use things like ration cards or ration?
Oh, yeah.
How did that impact your family?
Well, we just had to be careful and, make sure we had enough.
Did any of your family members go off to war?
No, not my immediate. My uncle that lived with us did.
So after you graduated high school, what did you do?
I worked in a cafe in Clear Lake. Well, I worked there a long time, then I went he bought a grocery store, and I went to work for him at the grocery store. The man that had he bought the grocery store, and I went there and worked. And then after that, I got married. I got married while I worked there.
So what are some important takeaways you want people to remember from your consolidated school experience?
The best that I ever knew or ever heard. We got good education.
Do you have a best or worst day from school?
I don't think so. Well, yeah, some are better than others, but
In your opinion, what are some of the biggest changes in education over the years?
Well, kids don't mind, react, or hold the older people that are teaching and so forth.
And is there anything you wanted to talk about that we hadn't gotten the chance to?
I don't think so.
Well, thank you so much for your interview. I really appreciate it.